Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am coming to you with my review of 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, Season 4, Episode 15, Never Ending Story. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews and my members, thank you all so much for your continued support. If I had to rate this season finale of 90 Day Fiance, I would rate it a D. I think going out as a season finale, we should have had everything basically wrapped up, and I didn't feel like we did. I thought that there was a host of characters on there that didn't need to be on there. And I just thought it just seemed very, very rushed. And I don't know why. Let me know in the comments section if you feel like it was rushed, it was a rushed ending. I totally felt like it was a rushed ending. But anyway, so for that, it's going to get a D from your auntie. It could have been much better. But anyway, let's get into it. Tell me what you think about it in the comments section, okay? Okay. So anyway, let's go. So the first couple that I am not covering is going to be Darcy. I fast forwarded through it. I have no idea what Darcy talked about, neither do I care. Okay? The second couple that I am going to just skim over really quick is Yolanda. Yolanda is sitting there with her daughter, and she is basically, has reached out to, and I guess an investigator or whomever it is. And I just felt like it was a Dr. Phil episode. The guy reminded me of Dr. Phil and everything else. And so I just was like, oh, okay. Is this the pre-interview for Dr. Phil? Anyway, they go on to start telling this man the whole story about Yolanda. And I guess next week on the Tell All, we're supposed to hear, this guy's discovery. You talk about some bull crap. Like, seriously. The next couple that I want to talk about is Stephanie and Erica. We did not get an opportunity to see Erica this episode, but we did get to see Stephanie. And Stephanie has been back in the United States now for about, I think she said about 2 or 3 weeks. And she is trying to, well, she's going to have dinner with her mom. And her mom has recognized that she has not been the same since she came back from Australia, seeing Erica. And the mom isn't sure about what it is. And so they're going to be having dinner. We are introduced to Stephanie's youngest brother. And, the mom is a typical mom. She's cooking dinner and all the kids are gathered around the table and all that good stuff. And so, she has decided that she is going to come out to her mother and tell her mother that she is bisexual. As we know, she was not able to do that or not willing to do that when she was in a relationship with Erica. And so she waited until, she felt like she was comfortable in doing so. A lot of us have been questioning whether or not the girl was, bisexual or not. I still, it's still up in the air with me, but anyway. And so, at the dinner table, her mother was like, Erica, what's wrong with you? You're not the same. And so she was like, Mom, my intentions for going there were different, and I wasn't 100% honest with you, and now I want to be. So the mom was like, okay, tell me what's going on. And so, she was like, what does that mean? So Stephanie begins to tell her that she met Erica online on social media, and that the relationship developed into something romantic. The mother was like, I mean, she is steady talking to the mother, and the mother's like, Mom, I went to see Erica, and the relationship turned into something romantic. The mother was, She said, no, 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 no. What are you talking about? She said, let me tell you something, Stephanie. I know that a lot of your past relationships were extremely toxic, but I can't accept this from you. You're just confused. And so, of course, Stephanie was a little, she was a little taken back for the mama, you know what I mean? But Mama Son was very honest about, her feelings about it. She said, I believe that you're confused because you were in toxic relationships. And so Stephanie was like, Mom, I'm not confused. This is who I am. I am bisexual. And it just is what it is. So the mother was, still shaking her head no while Stephanie was talking and having a conversation. And, she told her, she said, look, I wanted that Cinderella story for you. I wanted you to meet a man, to, get the white picket fence and all that kind of stuff. And I have a right to say that to you. So Stephanie says, well, Mom, if I decide to get into a relationship with another woman, should I tell you? And the mother said, absolutely, you should. She said, while I don't agree with this, and this is not what I want to see happen in your life, I am your mother, and as long as you are happy, I will share in your happiness, and I will try to, I will try to deal with that or tolerate that because that's, I just want my baby to be happy. I thought that was really big of the mother because oftentimes we hear horrible stories of people who have come out to their parents and been disowned and all of that. I thought that the mother was very courageous to, basically tell her how she felt about it, but still yet love her daughter. Because at the end of the day, we love our children. And the mother, said, can I give you a hug? Because she realized that, as a mom, that was probably hard for Stephanie. I'm sure there was a lot of conversation that was had that we were not privy to, that it probably hit the editor's floor. But I think that TLC really did have an opportunity this season to really educate us in some ways on how to deal with that and how families make the adjustment. I think it was a very big missed opportunity because you saw the different contrast between Erica's parents' reaction and Stephanie's mom reaction. But I was really proud of the mother that she was like, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. And so, I thought big ups to the moms for that. The next person that I want to talk about is Big Ed. Big Ed, of course, as we know, last week indicated that he, everything was Rose's fault. He had an opportunity for love, but he didn't want to be a father to not only new children, but also he didn't want to be a father to Prince. He made it appear that, Rose wouldn't tell him about her past and all of this. He just, did the blame game. And as a result of him having this relationship with Rosemary, he lost or sacrificed his relationship with his daughter. But now since, the relationship didn't work, he's going back to everybody and wanting everybody to have sympathy and pity on him because, of course, he's the victim, right? And so, he sets up this meeting to meet with his daughter because he wants his daughter to forgive him because, of course, now he's lonely. He said that he wanted what all the other couples wanted when he see him in the airport and they kissing and saying goodbye and saying hello and all that old kind of bull crap. And so he meets with his daughter and, he tells his daughter that it did not work. And she was like, I knew it. And he was like, yeah, you were right. You know how you wrong, but you don't want to be wrong. But Ed would not have been wrong because Ed said that he was going there for love. Whatever, I do believe that Rosemary really did want to work this out with him. I do believe that Rosemary thought at the time that she had feelings for him. I don't really know. I just know that if anybody messed up the fantasy, it was him, not Rosemary. And so, his daughter was like, come on, Dad, you're dating somebody who's 22, 23 years old, and I'm 29. And plus, they got a son. You're like, you knew this wasn't going to happen. And so he told his daughter that, you are the love of my life. And I guess she is. I don't know. He's so dishonest about everything. He's so dishonest about everything, and he was willing to walk away from the relationship with his daughter in order to be with Rosemary. So I just don't, I just don't believe anything he says out of his mouth. But anyway, the both of them hug one another and they go off into the sunset. Okay, y'all see why this episode was a D? The next couple that I want to talk about is David and Lana. Of course, David is still, with Lana. Lana has made a decision that she is not going to sleep with him. And, he's like, I don't know if she's really into me. Okay. No, she's not. But Lana gets the Oscar tonight. Do you all understand what I'm saying? Lana played that role with this man. She could ask him for the world and he would give it to her. So let me tell you what happened, y'all. Y'all ready for me to tell y'all what had happened? So what had happened was David had already been there 8 days. Out of the 8 days, he had only seen Lana for 2. He is about to go back home the next day. So Lana says that she has to go to be with her nephew. And so, she's going to have dinner with him because she's going to be booked up all day long. So, of course, they go to dinner and everything, and he's sitting there, and he's wanting to know where she is in this relationship. But prior to him going to, no. So he sits there and he talks to Lana about, he tells her that he loves her and that he really wants to know where she is. She says that, she wants to take it slow and all of that kind of stuff. And she believes that they need to really get to know one another on a much deeper level. So, of course, she's got to spend time with the nephew when he's going to be leaving. But she is like, okay, I'm going to meet you and I'm going to ride with you to the airport to see you home. And so he thinks that this is just fantastic. This is everything. Everybody has said that Lana didn't exist, but Lana actually exists. And so he's just happy about that. He sits at the table with Lana and he tells her, Lana, I want to get off the website. And so Lana was like, I want to get off the website too. So this mofo pulls out a whole Apple 11 cell phone straight out the box. It says, this is the burner phone. This is the burner phone that I want you to use in order to communicate with me directly. Lana got a phone. Not only that, but Lana's got a Dell. She's got a MacBook. Lana has an iPad. Lana has the works, okay? She is sitting at home like come on now. This girl, Lana has technology, David. She's not stupid. She is sitting at home in a computer room with mainframes. This woman has everything that she needs and more, but he gives her a brand new iPhone. Black. And says, this is what we are going to communicate off of. Lana said, okay, because I want to get off of there too. But Lana saw that brand new Apple to go with all her other Apple products. And I'm sure he's keeping the service on for her because he wants to get off of this thing with her. So, of course, the two of them make the decision and they leave. He uncomfortably laughs and hugs her and tries to kiss her. He is so cringy. So the next day, he wakes up in the morning, he opens up his laptop because he's excited that he gets to get off the burner phone. And then his friend, the inspector that we met, said, you know what, since you wanted to embarrass me several times that I've met you, the last time being in the diner, when he got up and told the man that he was fired, he said, I'm going to prove to you that I know what I'm talking about. David opens up his mofo laptop, y'all, and I'm telling y'all, the girl is on every app imaginable to mankind. Different names. Everything else is the same. Her age, she says she's 28 years old. 28, 29. Her height is right. All that kind of stuff. but she has different pictures and different names. Like this girl is Roger's Rabbit. She's Victoria. I mean, she's this girl has so many alias names. And David says he don't care to put it in his foul clothes. He doesn't care because he really believes that he has this woman, that she is his, and that as a result of them connecting with one another, she's going to get off this site. Now, he didn't say that, okay? He didn't say that. But he doesn't even want to face the fact that this woman is everything that this inspector or this investigator said that she was. She is all that and more. So the two of them, he picks her up, I'm assuming, from some street corner, because she sure ain't going to tell him off where she live. She better make sure she turn her GPS off on her phone. The tracking system and anything else that he has put on that burner phone for her. And so they're riding to the airport, and he's like, I can't believe this is my last day here. How do you feel about it? And she's just blowing smoke up his butt. I love you, boo. I care about you. You know what I'm saying? You the one. This relationship is going to work out. So they get to the airport, and his cringy ass, wants to hug her for a long time. If you looked at the thumbnail, that's her after she got engaged, because David was walking away and was leaving. And, he was like, this is my girl, calling her baby and all of this. And she was, hugging him. And, she was hugging him like, in his face, she's like this, And then once, she gets pulled into the hook, she like. I said, this bitch is playing. She got the Jeopardy music going on in her mind. She is totally playing him. He leaves to go. He doesn't want to leave. He comes back. He says, I don't want to leave yet. And he's about to cry. He gets down on his knees and he proposes to Lana. Lana is standing there and she is laughing and smiling. But I'm telling you, there was a point. There was a lot of editing issues. I don't know if y'all caught it, but there was so many different editing issues. You could hear how they was taking people's voices out, bringing voices in. Lana had a face that was different when he proposed the first time. Her face was looking like, and then the next thing you know, we see her, and she's smiling and laughing and says yes. She takes the ring from him. She puts the ring on her finger. He puts the ring on her finger. And he's like, I got her. And now he's free to go. Lana says that she feels like, there's some romance and there's a connection. No, the only connection you got is to that bank account. Because as soon as that mofo walked away, she was happy as she could be and was talking about the K-1 visa process and coming to America and living in Las Vegas with David. This girl, I'm telling you, she needs to write down a book and give us a secret to, how to string all of these different men on and get away with it. Because I'm telling you right now, as soon as she walked away, she was agent number 10. The next couple that I want to talk about is Soldier Boy and Lisa, baby goat Lisa. So, of course, we know that the two of them walked away. Lisa walked away from being at the tables with the brothers because she was very angry with Usman about, him talking about control. She said that this is not about control for her, but about respect. And I'm saying, boo, you don't have a clue what respect is. You have been extremely disrespectful the whole entire time. And so, of course, Usman is down with his brothers. He's still with his brothers. And they were like, look, y'all arguing like this. The older brother told him, this doesn't really look good. This is not, you can't start a relationship off like this, brother, you basically in trouble. And he was like, she's really mad and everything. I'm going to go and I'm going to have a conversation with her and I'll be back. I'll see you all tomorrow. He knows now, Soldier Boy knows at this point that his family does not agree with this, because a man in Nigeria is supposed to be the king of his castle. Hell, here in the United States, he's supposed to be the king of his castle. And so he goes upstairs, and of course, baby girl Lisa is sitting in the corner. She knows that she has messed up. She knows that it was inappropriate, but she got so much pride, and she's so arrogant and so nasty and rude and vile that she doesn't even come back downstairs and try to remedy it, or try to smooth it over with the brothers. She's just sitting there in a corner now with regret. And so a Soldier Boy comes in with America on his mind. With America on his mind. And, at this point now he is saying, I don't know whether or not I want to do this. And so, he's like, I've been arguing with you every day. And Lisa was like, and you're going to continue to argue with me every day. Let me move this back some, y'all. And you're going to continue to argue with me every day. But we can work this out. I think that it just was too hot. And, because it was so hot and I had that scarf on my head faking as if I believe and I respect your religion, that's why I got bucked. So basically, Usman was like, I still love her. And I want to see what my life is going to be like in America. And so tomorrow I am going to marry her. But his brothers, the family, the mom and everybody has an opportunity to say no to this marriage. So the next day we see him get up in the morning and, they got the stank breath on him and everything. And she's telling him to wake up. It's our wedding day. And they're kissing and everything. And, he gets up and he puts on his blue attire, his blue wedding attire. And he says, Lisa, here's your king. And so he has his little outfit on and he looks very handsome. And Lisa's like, delighted. And of course, she still looks like she just walked out of the shower. And now it's time for her to get her dress on. So Lisa puts on a dress. She had it made by Soldier Boy's tailor. And the dress, had really see-through arms. It was sweetheart cut. But, she still had it was sweetheart cut. But she had the material, sheer material over top of that, because she is a woman of, some age. But what was so nasty about it was that Lisa did not wear a bra. So, of course, her breast was sagging and everything. And so her husband said something to her. He was like, baby, you need to have a bra. You need to lift those up. She said, well, they're not going to be in the right place, because she did not want the bra to show, the bra straps to show in the outfit. And I'm saying, why didn't you get a half bra? If you knew that you were going to be getting married in a dress like that, you had already been, picked it out and the pattern and said, this is what I want you to make for me, then you should have went and got a half bra from somewhere so you could just, what I'm saying? But anyway, she trifling, so the hell, she said, the hell with it, I'm just going to go braless because I can, because don't nobody know me. You know how it is when you go to the islands and you ain't got no business having your tartars out, but you had your tartars out because you figure ain't nobody on this beach going to ever see me again. That's what she did. But the dress was very nicely made. The tailor did what he could for her. And so, Soldier Boy was extremely happy to see her, and she was just giddy, and she had love in her eyes. And I really, truly believe that Lisa really believed that she is in love with Soldier Boy. She was talking about, not imagining her life being with this local, celebrity here in Nigeria. But she, had just torn him down. Anyway, so they're on their way to the wedding ceremony. They could not have a traditional ceremony, so they had to go and get married basically at the, Justice of the Peace. And so when Lisa came in, she was like, wow, because it was so many friends and family. But the brothers were sitting with the mother, and the mother face was very long. She was disgusted, and you could tell that the mother was saving face for the cameras. The two brothers, the oldest brother basically said he's not for it at all. And I think the other brother, Farouk, or whatever his name is, they're not for this wedding at all. They wish him the best because, he's going to go through with this. But they had basically made their decision that they did not agree with this wedding anymore. But for the sake of everything, they held their peace. And I'm sure that they wish that they had not held their peace. I'm sure that they wish they had said something about it. And so they get up and they're doing their vows and everything. And you can see that Lisa is totally head over heels in love with this man. She truly has convinced herself that this man is marrying her because he loves her. And I'm going to be doing a video tomorrow to talk about what has been going on social media as it relates to this. There's been so many other things that have been going on in the world that has really caused me not to be out last week, because I really was trying to process some things that have happened both in my personal life and that has happened in our nation. And so I apologize for not doing an Auntie Say It Isn't So last week, but I'll catch you all up this week, okay? I promise. And so they come down the aisle and everything. The brothers are all sitting together. They've been talking about it like a dog, and Mama is not even happy about it. She's just not happy about it. She said, I'm his mother. I gave my son up and I expect her to give me 2 grandkids. Period. Period. Lisa ain't never give you no grandkids. Sorry, Mama Son. I don't even know why they fell for that. But anyway, I don't want this video to be real long. And so basically after that, they go to the engagement party. But guess what? The oldest brother and the mother, they didn't come. They said that they weren't feeling good. Now, of course, the other brother, Farouk, came because, he had come from, he lived further out. And so, of course, he came because he wanted to enjoy the festivities. Lisa was sitting there. She had changed into her little red dress, which I thought was absolutely beautiful. I thought the dress was absolutely beautiful. I was like, the red one is the one she should have got. Man, you know what I'm saying? Because the devil does wear a red dress, right? But the red dress was absolutely beautiful. I love the fabric. If I could get a dress made like that, I would snatch it up in a heartbeat. But she could not dance with the men. She couldn't celebrate with the men. And so, of course, they were dancing and celebrating and drinking and smoking hookahs and all of that kind of stuff. And she was there with, Farouk's daughter. And, but at one point he said, I wanted to do a dedication to my wife. I'll be there for you. Anything you want, I'll be there for you. Girl, I'll be there for you. And 30%, I'll be there for you. I said, let me tell you something. That song is so auto-tuned that when he started singing it, I thought he was singing Candy Girl, you're my world. I need your love each and every day. Didn't even sound like the same person. It was so cotton freaking auto-tuned. So, of course, the next day, Lisa is crying because she has to leave. Okay? And I mean, when I say crying, I'm talking about crying. I'm talking about the ugly cry, the broke down, busted, disgusted cry, your souffle fell, sunk in cry. And Soulja Boy is not moved. He can't wait for her to go back. It is a mission accomplished for him. Like, seriously, he's acting as if he cares, but it is so in his body language that he does not care. And this woman is broken. I have to leave. This is the hardest thing. What the fuck is wrong with Lisa's teeth? That she cannot smile without looking like silly. And she can't cry without, what is it? Like what is it? Does her feet look like does her mouth look like her feet and her feet look like her mouth? Like, what is it? Did she bite her own toe off? Like she... So she's crying and she's saying that this is the hardest thing she's ever had to do. Okay. Okay. And so they're walking out to the car. They're going to the airport. And he is still singing, I'll be there for you. Anything you want, I'll be there for you. Girl, baby girl, girl. And this is soothing to her. What a complete child. And so, of course, they get to the airport and she's still crying. And he says, don't cry, we'll see each other soon. They believed at this time that they were going to be able to be together in less than 6 months. And that has not happened. I understand that Lisa has a spinoff show. And I'm just like, TLC absolutely rewards bad behavior. But anyway, the last couple that I'm going to be talking about is Geoffrey and Varya. Geoffrey and Varya are still with the friends. Mary walks in. Mary wants to know what the hell happened. Varya's like, I'm not giving her up. I can't believe the bitch showed up. But since she showed up, let's go ahead on and see who's going to be the last woman standing. So, of course, Mary goes over to Geoffrey, and Geoffrey says that, you know what, that Varya overreacted, that she did not have to act like that. And so Mary was like, well, where does that leave me? You know, he's saying he doesn't know how that's going to leave their relationship. But that he apologizes for her behavior. But you can't apologize for nobody else's behavior. So Mary comes back over, is real, you know, uncomfortable. Everybody's standing around because previously Varya was saying that, you know, the friends was nice to her and everything on Instagram. And so at this point, you know, the two of them are trying to fight over this one sorry piece of a man. And so, of course, he says, well, come on, everybody, we're going to go ahead and play. And Varya was like, no, we're going to go and talk. So she was like, you know, can I talk to you, Mary? And Mary was like, sure. And Varya was like, you know, I don't want you to be scared. She said, no, I ain't going to be scared for me. I'm going to be scared for you. Because you on my turf. So, of course, you know, they sit down and they, you know, Mary's like, look, you didn't have to be, you know, disrespectful. And Varya told her, bitch, just leave. He don't love you. Mary was like, you don't know. You don't know that to be true. He does love me. He's been my friend. Varya wants both of them not to deal with one another. But Mary said, I'm not taking down that easy. Geoffrey's going to have to tell me whether or not he wants to be with me or not. And so, of course, you know, the two of them are arguing back and forth. And, you know, Mary gets a little loud, you know, was like, the fuck is going on? You know, you ain't going to come in here and curry me like that. And Varya was like, let me tell you something, bitch. I was trying to apologize to you, trying to get everything straight. But what you're not going to do is disrespect me like that. He don't love you. So, of course, you know, they all go on off, and Varya is like, you know what, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to deal with this bitch being disrespectful. Now, all of a sudden, because she in the bar and had a couple of beers and she around her friends, she thinks she going to treat me like this. So, Varya leaves out. And, of course, Geoffrey has to leave out with her. Now, they all go, you know, the next day we see her laying up in bed with him. She has her little lingerie on, and he's laying there, and she's like, look, I don't want you to have a relationship with Mary. And he was like, well, Mary's my friend. She's been my friend for a long time. And I was like, you son of a bitch. Now, all of a sudden, Mary is your friend. You sat at the table and asked Mary, face to face, do you want a friendship with me or do you want a relationship? The two of you all agreed on a relationship. And now all of a sudden, because Varya shows her ass up there, now all of a sudden Mary's my lifelong friend. Let me tell you something. I cannot stand men that switch up like that. So he was calling himself, it was a rebound. At first, he was trying to say it wasn't a rebound and all of that. It was just a reconciliation. You know, we was reconciling and coming back together. Bitch, it was a rebound because as soon as Varya showed up at that house, you knew daggone well that your feelings for her had not changed. Varya took to Instagram and indicated that although, you know, things were a little rocky between the two of them, that they were communicating with each other. She said that no, he did not. He genuinely did not know that she was coming, but that there had been some communication between the two of them. And that's why she brought her happy ass on over there for him to try to fight for her man. She says the reason why the dogs did not bark when they got to the house was because the dogs were familiar with the crew. And she said when she knocked on the door and Mary was in there, she was cussing Mary out in Russia. They, interpreted what she said. And so, basically, she said that she was mad at TLC because she was like, why wouldn't y'all tell me that I was walking into this landfill full of mines, okay? And so she was, so it was just a bunch of stuff going on. Needless to say, Geoffrey, allowed her to meet the children. Mind you, one son was already there when Mary was there, and when they had the altercation. So, she got along with the kids and everything. And one of the little boys had a tie around it, and he had a yellow ribbon around my old oak tree, the little scarf. And, so what the hell is going on with that scarf that's around? I mean, like, is he serious? Is he getting ready to wrap his head up to go to bed at night, bitch? Why does his son have this colorful ass scarf on? But anyway... But anyway, I move on from the scarf. And, he was like, I just don't want my father to be hurt again. And so, basically time is winding up for Varya to be there. And, he comes out and tells her when you showed up at the door, it was a yes when you showed up at the door. I realized that I still was in love with you. So they went to this little place where it was a wishing well. And they wrote down on a little sheet of paper, their wishes for whatever. And then you're supposed to go up to this other part and you ring the bell. And they rang the bell. And then he got down on his knee and he proposed to Varya. And she said, yes, I got my man back. He really had no intentions on being with Mary. Mary was just somebody of convenience for him. I feel sorry for Mary, and I'm hoping that Mary is living her best life and that she is able to find love from somewhere, because I really did not like the way that all of that went down. Again, if I had to rate tonight's episode, I absolutely would rate this episode a D. I thought that it was just, especially for a season finale. Next week, y'all, is going to be the tell-all, and we're going to be looking at some edited up crap. But nonetheless, we're going to be there. And then at the week after that, we're going to be looking at 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After. And I'm really kind of looking forward to that because I am really tired of this cast. Thank you all so much for staying up late and for watching this video. I love you all so much. And until next time, be good to yourself and be good to somebody else too, okay? Love y'all. Bye.